my job here is to spread happiness. And how do I do that? I do that by telling interesting stories. Today, I have another interesting story. Don't you listen to a lot of interesting stories? I know, I'm sure you do. Some stories make you happy, don't they? Some stories make you sad sometimes. Some are crazy stories. Some have magic in them. In some stories, you will find many characters, and in some you will find few. This story is special because it's perhaps the oldest story, one of the oldest stories. And this story is very popular. I have picked this story from a holy book, and that's the Bible. So it's a Bible story. So sit back and relax and think about the wonderful things that I'm going to tell you today. So are you ready? Let's start. Do you know that God made the world? He made the universe and everything that's there in it. From the mountains to the seas, the rivers, the tiny fish, the mighty elephant, yes, the air that we breathe, the beautiful sun and the skies. Yes, God made them all. He also made you and me, human beings. He also made the animals. And after all the creation, He was very happy. He was a happy God. He said, all is well, all is nice. As time passed by, people started growing. A lot of people came into this earth. And then something bad happened. People stopped listening to God. People did bad things. They became bad. They started stealing things. They started becoming wicked. They started hurting others. They started killing others. They started troubling others. And there was all bad things around. They did not listen to God. And God was not happy with it. He was very sad. In fact, He spoke to them and said, listen, my people, don't do this. Be good and you'll be happy. But these people didn't listen to God. And that made God very sad. In fact, He was very disappointed with this creation. He said, enough is enough. I have to put an end to it. And one fine day, He decided to end it all. But then, among all these people was one family. One family of a man called Noah. Yes, can you see Noah here? This is Noah. And his family had Noah, this man, his wife, and 3 sons. And they were good people. They were people who did not do anything bad. They were people who obeyed God. They listened to God. When God saw Noah and his family, He said, I'm so happy that there is such a wonderful family here. And this family is good. I will not destroy this family. I will destroy all the rest of them, He said. And He spoke to Noah. He said, Noah, I am your God. And listen to me. I have something important to tell you. And Noah said, oh God, tell me, what is it, my God? And God said, I will destroy the earth and all the people in it. I will bring down flood and I will destroy everything because they are bad. When Noah heard this, he felt very sad. And God told him, but don't worry, Noah. I will protect your family because you are a good man. You have a good family. And so, God told Noah that his family will be safe, whereas He will destroy everything that's there in this earth because it's bad. God told Noah a great thing. He said, I am giving you a mission, Noah. You are to build an ark for me. Ark. What do you think is an ark? An ark is a big boat. Yes, a huge boat. Do you remember the movie Titanic? There was a big boat. Yes, God told Noah to build a big ark. And he said, in this ark, you will be safe. And then you will pick animals, 2 of each type, and you'll keep them in the ark. And I will keep the ark and the animals safe during the flood. And Noah said, yes, my God. And immediately Noah got excited and started doing what God had told him. Now he had a big task to do. That's to build a ship. Yes, a big ship. Did Noah know how to build a ship? No, he did not know. Did he know how to saw wood? I don't think so. But then God had promised him. He said, I will help you, said God. And so Noah said, my God will help me. And so he got busy. He got his sons and said, come, let's build a ark, a big boat. And soon they started cutting trees, the wood they need to make the ark. They got their tools, different tools that they need. You need a lot of tools to make a big boat. And they brought a saw, they brought hammer, and they brought so many things because they had a big task to do. That is to build a big boat. Now, building a boat is not very easy. You need a lot of people to build a boat. Do you know, to build Titanic, they needed 3,000 people. Yes. And here was Noah, his wife, and his 3 sons. 5 of them, that's it. It was difficult, but then God was with them. And God told them exactly how to build it. God gave them all the help, the expertise they needed. And they started building it. The people around saw Noah build a boat, a big ship. They said, are you mad? Is something wrong with you? Why are you building this boat in a place where it hardly rains? And Noah said, no. God has told me to build this. He has said that you need to be good. Otherwise, He will destroy the earth. And the people laughed at him. He said, Noah, you are really gone mad. It's not going to rain. Look at the sky. It's so bright and sunny. And you said, is there a flood that's going to come? Forget it. And they laughed at him. They made fun of Noah. But Noah said, my God has told me to build the ark and I will build it. So he got busy building it. He brought wood, he brought nails, he brought ropes, he built cranes to lift the heavy blocks. And then he was working day and night with his family. He was working. And piece by piece, the boat was shaping up. A big boat. Noah's boat had 3 floors because God had told me to bring in many animals. So he had to bring thousands of animals inside. So he made compartments, he made rooms for his family, for his children, and for all the animals. He made room even for food because you have to be in the boat for a long time. You need a lot of food. Yes. So he did all that. And finally, after many years, Noah built the ark. Yes. He built a big boat. Can you see this big boat? Yes. This boat is what God had told him to build. A bigger one. And in this boat, he would go when there are floods. So, the boat was ready. And then, God called all the animals. He said, all the animals come. And of every type of animal, God said that He called only 2 of them. He said, a pair of animals, for example, He brought a pair of elephants. 2 elephants. Okay. And He also brought the mightiest of the animals and even the smallest of the animals. Which is a small animal that you know? I know of a tiny worm. An ant too. So, when it was time, all the animals started coming towards the ark. And Noah had finished his ark. It was everything. It was beautiful. He had polished it. He had taken care of everything. He had made a big door, one door, so that all the animals can go inside. And now that the ark was ready, and it was time for God to send down rain, all the animals came to the ark, and two by two they walked into the ark. And Noah made a list of all the animals that went into his ark, because he was counting the numbers. He had made space for every animal that was there. So they were from elephants to a tiny ant, from birds to even the slowest turtle and worms. All of them were there. And finally, Noah and his family moved into the ark because God had told them to. Do you think it would rain now? Yes. And as soon as Noah and his family went inside, they closed the door of the ark. People gathered around because they were very curious. How would it rain in this bright and sunny time? They said, but soon it became cloudy. Yes. And there were dark clouds around. And it started to rain. Yes, it started. Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. And the people were surprised. Said, oh God, it's going to rain now. Noah was right. Oh, what do we do now? Oh, no, it's just a rain. And then it rained and rained and rained for 1 day, for 2 days, and there were puddles, and the puddles became bigger puddles, and then they became streams, and became rivulets, and it rained and rained and rained, and became lakes, and the lakes became oceans, and all the oceans gathered, and the water level rose and rose and rose and rose and rose. Now people started running around because they were bad, and this was a punishment for them. They started climbing on houses. The houses got flooded. The water came to the houses. They climbed on trees. The water came there. They ran to the mountains. The water came there, and they drowned and they died. And it rained and rained and rained. Torrent of rain for days together. And so the rain drowned everything. The trees, the houses, the mountains, everything was drowned. But Noah was in the boat, and the boat started drifting away. The boat started slowly moving away. And who was taking the boat away? Who was taking the boat into the water? It was God who was guiding the boat. And inside this boat was Noah, his family, lot of food, and all the animals. Do you know something? Noah would spend his time visiting every chamber and talking to the animals, they said. And they were all friends of Noah because God had sent them there. So days passed and it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. 40 days is a big number, yes. It poured and poured and poured, and everything on the earth was destroyed. Everything. Nothing survived, no form of life. But for Noah and his family and their floating zoo, all the animals in it. So they went on and on and on. And inside the boat, some days Noah and his family were very happy. But after that it became a little gloomy because, it's difficult to stay indoors. You find it difficult, right? Now that there is coronavirus and government has said you can't go out, you can't go to offices, you can't go to schools. It's not easy to stay indoors, right? The same way Noah and his family sometimes felt very sad. How long will it rain, God? What do I do inside? They even played games, they sang songs, and they tried to keep themselves cheerful and happy. But it poured and poured and poured. After 40 days and 40 nights, one fine day, the rain stopped. Yes, the rain stopped. Noah was very happy. Yes, the rain stopped. And so he opened one of the windows and he looked out. All he could see was only water and water and water. Now, how do I make out that there is land somewhere? So, he picked one of his birds. He picked a raven. This is like a crow, a raven. And he sent it out. He said, go. And raven went about, it flew everywhere, and it came back. You know why it came back? Because there was water everywhere. It didn't find a tree, it didn't find a place where it could stay, so it came back. So Noah said, oh, it's not time, I need to wait. So he again waited for another week. And after another week, he saw the water level coming down. That was a good thing for him. So this time, he sent another bird. He sent a dove. He sent it out. He said, go. And this dove went and looked around. And after some time, the dove came back. And this time, the dove had a leaf in its mouth. It carried back a leaf, a nice leaf. So Noah understood that plants have grown. There are trees there. But he also understood that the dove came back. So he waited for another week. And after that, he sent the dove again out. This time the dove went and did not come back. So Noah understood that yes, there is land there and the dove is happy in that place, which means it's safe to go out. It's fine to go out. And soon his ark went and settled near a mountain. And then that was the time when Noah decided it's time to come out. And he opened the big gates and off flew the birds first. They just said, yeah, we are free and we've got a beautiful world out there. And they flew out. And then all the animals walked out. And then finally, Noah and his family came out of the ark. And then they stepped onto the land for the first time. After such a long time, they were so happy. And you know what was the first thing that they did? They thanked God. They thanked God for this lovely journey that they had in this boat, that God had kept them safe. And immediately what happened? God saw them and he got planted a beautiful rainbow with the brightest of colors in the sky. And God made a promise that day. God said, I am happy with everything and I promise that I will not destroy this earth with another flood. And as a sign of a promise, God brought the rainbow. So now anytime you see the rainbow in the sky, you know that God gave a promise that He will not bring down another flood to destroy the people. And this is how beautiful the rainbow looked. And so Noah, his family, and all the animals lived in the earth, the new earth, where there were no bad people. They were all dead. They got punished royally for it. And so that was the beginning of the new world. And they lived happily. And Noah and his family always were obedient to God. And they listened to God. And they were happy. Isn't that a nice ending to the story? Yes. Noah and his family and the big boat. So I can tell you this story in a small way, but with some action, and I need your help. Okay? So all you have to do is follow my actions. Are you ready? Okay? So God sent rain. Can you do this action? God sent rain. And Noah and the animals were in a boat. And then they went drifting and drifting and drifting and drifting. And then finally they saw a beautiful new earth. Okay? So rain in a boat, drifting and drifting and drifting, and then a beautiful earth. Those are the actions. And in 4 actions we can tell the entire story. Did you like this story? I like the story very much. And what I like the most in this story is that when you do something bad, you will get punished for sure. So the easy way out is to do good things. Yes. And that's what pleases God. That's what pleases our Maker. So all you have to do after this story is think about how you can be good. Now, it's not difficult to be good. Being good is to be obedient, is to do what you have to do, is to do the right thing and not do the wrong thing, not to hurt people, to be kind, to be generous. okay, to be helpful. That's not difficult. But if you do something bad, the story tells us that you will be punished. So, let's all give a promise to be good and we'll be happy. The next important lesson is about being safe. Do you know how Noah and his family were safe? Yes, because they were in the boat. They were indoors. With the coronavirus around, our governments, the leaders of the nations are telling us to be safe and they're telling us to be at home. So, the best way to be safe is to be indoors, to be at home, just like Noah and the ark. So that's a good lesson for us to be at home and to be safe. That brings us to the end of this session. And before I go, I have something important to tell you. You can find me on Facebook and on YouTube. And you can search for me, that is Happy Lobo. So search for me and find my channel there and see my videos. If you like them, give me a thumbs up. If you like them, share it with others. And if you want to say something, you can drop a comment too. And there's a button there that says subscribe. Subscribe to my channel so that you can get to know of my new videos. So this is Happy Lobo giving you the broad smile and saying bye-bye.